Hello, everyone. It's Ella here in All Writers Welcome. And today we are going to talk about where to find your ideal readers. So, where are they? They're somewhere out there in the ether. We don't know where they're at, but actually we can. We're going to find out exactly where they're at today. So, first thing is your ideal readers are out there. Hi, Hen. Your ideal readers are out there. Hi, Trish. Right now. And they're reading books right now. Like right this second. No, but they're out there looking for and reading and fangirling and guying over books right now. And so we're going to go find out where they're at. So you guys, people have favorite kinds of books. Like, occasionally, we'll all go venture off and be like, oh, you know what? I've never really read a historical fiction, really. And so we'll branch off and go read some other kind that's not our typical. But mostly, we all just read our typical books. We read our favorites. And so what you're going to look for is you're going to try and find those people whose books are similar to yours. So that's the first step. Whose books are most similar to your book? And you guys, I have my notes right here. But whose books are most similar to your book? Because the people who read those people's books are the people who are going to like your books. The super fans of Lisa Kleypas. I don't know why I chose her because I don't know how to pronounce her names, but the super fans of Lisa Kleypas and Julia Quinn are the same. So if you're writing a historical romance novel, there you go. A Regency romance novel, there you go. So this is kind of like, on the back of books where they say, if you for the fans of X, Y, and Z authors will really love this book. So for your book, who are your X, Y, and Z authors? Okay, so that's the first step. Find out whose books are most similar to your book. The second step is go to their social media pages. Go to their Twitter, go to their Instagram, go to their Facebook page. The people that are fans and following them, those are your ideal readers. Hi, Lori. So those are your ideal readers right there. Your ideal readers, where they're hanging out is on the pages of the other authors, because they're like, oh, I love reading. I mean, this is how you really can narrow it down. You don't have to go and try and randomly find them on different places in the world or social media. The people who are hanging out are super fans of like Laurell K. Hamilton, or the super fans of Sharon Shin. And you guys are getting a little bit about me here because because I'm just throwing out these author names that, I don't know, I just came up with them. Super fans of Lee Child. Haha. That's out of my wheelhouse. Super fans of Lee Child. If you have books similar to those, then those are your ideal readers. Those are your potential super fans. The third place to find ideal readers is in genre-specific Facebook groups. Okay, so there's like Facebook groups for fantasy people who love to read fantasy. There's Facebook groups for people who love to read sci-fi. And the reason that people go into those groups is because they're looking for recommendations for other books, or they want to like geek out over their favorite books. And that's where you want to be hanging out, because that's where your ideal readers are hanging out. And you want to be, and so bonus tip, which is not where to find them, but it's what to do once you find them. Bonus tip, start interacting with them. Okay. And here's what I'm going to say, and as like important key thing. Okay. When you find your ideal readers, don't immediately start selling to them. So I want you to like imagine this is kind of how it is. It's like it's like you went to a bookstore or a library and you're in like the fantasy section, because that's my sci-fi fantasy, that's my gig, okay, so you're in the sci-fi fantasy section and you're both reaching for the same Sharon Shin book. Okay, so it's me, I'm in there, and somebody else is in there, and we're both reaching for the same new release Sharon Shin. Well, that's an amazing opportunity to just start chatting, right? Like, it may have happened to you before. It's definitely happened to me when I'm in the library and I'm coming out and people are like, oh my gosh, I love that book so much. And I'm like, great, because I just checked it out. So you start a conversation very, very naturally when you're in person with somebody, when you're at the bookstore and you're both reaching for Sharon Shin and you're like, oh, you're a super fan of Sharon Shin too? Yay, buds. Like, you're immediately like somewhat of friends because you're both super fans. Okay, so that's what it's like if you were in that situation where you're both super fans, or you're like, oh yeah, I just want to read this book, and they were a super fan. You wouldn't immediately be like, hey, buy my book. You'd be like, you'd start some conversation. You'd be like, hey, I really love this series. And just be like, and the other person would be like, yeah, me too. And you'd be going back and forth a little bit. And then if you happened to mention kind of casually, actually, I really like this book so much that I started kind of writing my own book based, in a similar style. And that is totally okay to do. That's totally okay to be like, yeah, I'm such a huge fan of these kind of books that I actually wrote my own, or I'm working on my own right now. And guess what? People who are super fans of people who are super readers love meeting writers. Like, to them, you're not just like sitting alone by yourself with your typewriter. Like, to them, you're not the struggling person. To them, you are the creator. You are the person who makes the magic. So if you casually mention, actually, I like this kind of thing so much, I'm writing my own, that's going to be like really cool for them as a one-on-one interaction. Now, if you just come in and if you're having that same situation where you're meeting somebody reaching for the same book and you're like, oh, you like Sharon Shin? Buy mine. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And so that's why you have to kind of start interacting a little bit, just like you would, because the people are still people on the other side of social media. Okay, bonus number 2 of where to find your ideal readers. Most writers are also big readers. So you can go into active writing groups, especially genre-specific writing groups, and find potential readers for you. Now, again, you're not want to just go in there and just sell. You're going to want to build relationships. But the fun thing about this is these people have the potential to be beta readers. These people have the potential to maybe be a part of your launch team. These are the people that you can also help. They understand the challenges of writing because they are also writers. So that's a bonus number 2 of where you can find your ideal readers is in genre-specific writing groups. Now, most writing groups don't allow you to just sell in there, so you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to build relationships. But those are your ideal readers, and how cool is it to just start having conversations with your ideal readers? Just talking to them, besides just wanting to sell to them. How fun is that to be like, hey, and just start chatting it up? So, what do you do if you're still working on your first book? What do you do if you haven't written a book yet? Because this has been kind of like, oh, for ideal readers, this is where you go and find them, chatting up. Maybe you invite them to your Facebook page after a little while. What if you haven't finished your first book yet? What if you don't have something to like, oh yeah, I finished my book. Here, try this. That's actually, for you, I'm going to use the word again, ideal. It's ideal for you to not have started yet. Like, you're in the perfect place to start meeting them right now. So you can start building your audience before you have even published your book. And that's actually part of what we teach in our Write, Market, and Publish Your Book in 4 Months training. We go through week by week, and the first part is the write your book in 4 months. The second part is the market and publish your book. Well, second and third, market and publish your book in 4 months so that you can have a really amazing book with people there to read it. And so we actually go through week by week what to do to market your book in the 4 months so that when your book is complete, you have a bunch of people there ready to purchase it right then. Like you're like published and people have maybe even already purchased it and pre-order. So if you want to find out more about the Write, Market, and Publish Your Book in 4 months training, go ahead and go to allwriterswelcome.com/book. And you can actually sign up to the training there. We're doing a training this week, and you can see how you can write, market, and publish your book in 4 months and meet other authors and writers and potential ideal readers right there on the training. The other thing is, if you guys are really finding these Facebook Lives handy and you want to attend, you want to be here when Megan and I go live to ask your questions or to get some help, you can actually get notified of our Facebook Lives by signing up to our newsletter, because we send out a copy of, we send out a notification like we're going live. So if you want to get the newsletter to find out when we're going live, go ahead and sign up at allwriterswelcome.com/newsletter. It's like easy peasy. So we also send out tips, tricks, and various things on the newsletter, but all really good content, things like what we're doing right here now, where to find your ideal readers. That's the kind of stuff that comes out on our newsletter. So it's useful stuff, but you'll also find out when we're going live. So again, that link is allwriterswelcome.com/newsletter. And that can tell you when we are live. So you can ask your questions in person. If you have any questions about where to find your ideal readers, or if you have some suggestions for other people about where you have found your ideal readers, go ahead and put them in the comments, because people are looking at that and seeing, where can I find my ideal readers? Or maybe if you have a specific genre that you're like, hey, I found a really great Facebook group for people who read fantasy or write fantasy, share it. Go ahead and share it. Share your genre and where you've found some great readers. Or go ahead and ask questions about finding ideal readers for, maybe we can help you find some. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Again, if you're curious about how to market your book before it's even published, or how to market your book really well in just 4 months, go ahead and sign up to the training. It's a Write, Market, and Publish Your Book in 4 months training. It's at allwriterswelcome.com/book. Okay. Thank you very much. I will see you guys later. Bye.